What do you think about the new Thundercats reboot, Ma?
Bullshit.
Why?
Because they don't honor the beautiful animation, art style, or work, or story plan at all. He is not a fan. He's riding on coattails of nostalgia, of things of the 80s. If you look and listen and pay attention to the things that was there, this was, if you read books like The Hobbit, and if you read action and read comics like Conan the Barbarian, these are these types of shows back in the 80s. Animation back then was mystery, drama. It was also science fiction.
Was there some humor?
Yes, there was humor, but it's like
intelligent.
Yes, it was intelligent. It didn't dumb it down. It didn't play to I don't have no fans. No, everything in life can't be just goofy and silly. Even the Goofy movie had some texture to it, and it still remained silly, but at the same time, it had a firm foundation. There's a story. There's no story. And from just what I saw, yes, Thundercats to you might have looked like everything was all put in together within the story frame within that. Yes, but you saw the story. You saw the beginning. You saw the middle. And you saw the continuance. That's how you was able to follow from the life of Lionel and understand the history of the Thundercats, what leads into the next Thundercats. I want the continuation of Thundercats. I want to know Lionel is now king. I want to remember the Chitara. Is she his queen? Is Panthos? Is he in charge of the army and the guards and everything? I know Snarf is the comedian. You know, he's the comic relief. I get that. That's why he goes snarf. He's the comic relief. He brings down the tone from all the seriousness. You know. Then you got different characters like the Berserkers. You know, you got the Berserkers, you got the mutants, you got Mumra. And there was extra things, more storyline, more plots. You learned the things in different people that lived on Third Earth. There was other creatures besides just the Thundercats. You didn't pay no homage to the Thundercats. You only saw the first beginning of the Thundercats when it first came out when you was a kid, watching it on DVD. You don't know the whole entire story plot. You only going by what you saw by memory. Why don't you sit your behind down again and really look at it as a book and stop looking at it from the perspective of visual, but look at it as the perspective of logical. Read it. Just don't visualize it. Some things that you visualize, you got to have a plan. You're just throwing stuff together. And you're going based on your opinion. Actually absorb yourself into it. When we watch cartoons and when we saw things like Superman and stuff like that, a lot of kids want to be that. They want, you saw kids, but they had to be careful between that thin line. No, you can't actually fly, but you can fly in spirit. It gave you a sense. I mean, when you heard Lionel call to the others, when you heard Sword of Omens, give me sight beyond sight, it means that give me an insight within myself. Let me see upon within I see. It gave you wisdom, knowledge. It gave you tingles. I mean, honestly, when I was a kid, hearing that gave me tingles up my spine. It does it now when I just got through saying Sword of Omens. It told a backstory, a history of Thundera. That they were a proud people. Loving, kind people. And then there's the mutants. Okay? The mutants, the Berserkers are pirates. And their backstory different people from different galaxies and everything. And then there's the mopeds, the people that actually live on third Earth. It's not just about the Thundercats, just the heroic part. It's about the symbiosis of how we come from different parts and we come to this Earth. And the Muppets are like little bears. I call them like Ewoks. They're like robot bears. And it's cool. I mean, really. If you're going to pay homage to the art style and pay homage to the backstory and the story within itself, don't F it up.
How would you feel if they rebooted Sailor Moon and they just made Sailor Moon the most...
That's what I'm saying. Don't F up story. Don't F up the visual. Stop making everything into your
Teen Titans Go?
Yeah, Teen Titans Go. There's some things that's good and some things that's bad. Okay.
But when Teen Titans Go came out, you were like, haha, it's funny. But now it's not funny.
It's not funny. You're doing a rewash.
Rehash,
you're blending it, you're dumbing it down. There's no substance. In the beginning, if you go back to the first years when Teen Titans Go came out, okay, it's funny. Ha ha ha, they spoofing Teen Titans Go. Because the original Teen Titans Go was serious, it was gritty, it was strong. And then it went from there in the mid part and started to be a little bit not too gritty and strong, but more dynamic. Meaning it had drama, it had comedy, but it still had the comic flair. When Teen Titans Go, that one, I get it. You're spoofing comics in general. You're spoofing superheroes. Why do superheroes got to be so dramatic and gritty? Why can't they just be silly? Okay, granted, that's fine. But up to a certain point, everything in life is not a city. It's a combination. We live within. It's a whole. It's a whole thing. Just like you're a whole person. You cry, you get angry, you get mad, you get upset. If you took out your emotions, you got your logic. If you took out your logic, you got you got self-loneliness. Everything about you is one whole thing. Just like Christ is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. He's three parts in one.
Okay, are you going to watch the reboot?
No!
You're not even going to watch the first episode to get it?
No! I saw the first episode. Just him doing that mess is garbage. OKKO has a story, has grit, has a background. His mother was a superhero. The guy that runs the convenience store has a crush on his mom. They used to fight together. Okay? OKKO he loves his mom. His mom is his inspiration. OKKO wants to develop his skills to be even a little bit better than his mom. There's a triangle. Is OKKO the son of the supermarket guy and his mother? Because they were in Thrones of Passion? See, that's meat. That's fiber. That's grit.
What about My Little Pony? What do you think of the
Same thing with My Little Pony. Taking it from a marketed ploy, because in the 80s, it was something to give to little girls to say, you too can be somebody. You know, that's what it was.
But now it's
saying, you are somebody, continue being that somebody.
Okay, how would you feel if they rebooted Transformers, but Transformers was just like
Transformers was also a marketing ploy.
I could just imagine a reboot of Speed Racer. Come on!
Oh no, Speed Racer was a story. There's a difference between Speed Racer. They made toys for the movie. There's a difference.
I know, but like, what if they rebooted Speed Racer now? Like, come on, Spritle.
No, they did that. They tried that with that American version, and I hated it to everything.
There's two American
versions.
versions.
I don't like them.
No. There's two American versions. There's the one where where he looked like a typical Caucasian hero, and then the other was on Nickelodeon where Spritle was the principal of a racing school, and
I didn't see that one.
I'll show you that one later.
I prefer that one. That means he's paying homage to his father and his brothers. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That one is a little bit better. And he's paying homage to the craft itself, racing. You know, that's a good story. But
Wait. Before
first when they try to reboot Speed Racer,
okay, before you go, and so I can end this recording, last thoughts.
Stop fucking up, men. Excuse my language. Let's stop. Be your own person. Be your own creativity. Write your own story. If you're going to do something, I'll be honest. Gumball, Adventure Time, that other one with the little boy, the little African American boy.
Craig's Creek?
Yeah, Craig's Creek. Even, what was that one that used to be on Disney about the uncle and
Gravity Falls?
Gravity Falls. The little raccoon and the weasel. That one.
Oh, regular show.
Yeah. Own creations. Be your own creation. Even Powerpuffs used to be whoop ass. I miss the time when they say, what? Cartoon. And that way you saw independent cartoonists.
And you got to taste before they put it on.
Before they put it on. And then you got to say in it.
Well, Nickelodeon still does that. They put short animations on their YouTube channel.
Right. And I like it because you can put your input into it. Before they were the whoop ass, and he fixed it, retooled it, and resold it. And it took off.
And now it's a reboot and terrible.
Yeah, that's only because it turned into marketing. Because they couldn't get people with writers. They couldn't get very good animators that had great story base. They what's his name? And the Imaginary Monsters.
That's Craig McCracken and Lauren Foss both worked on that.
Yes.
And then Lauren Foss went on to work on My Little Pony.
Right. And I'm telling you, this is what I see. Cartoons is not just even the Flintstones. Come on, Hanna-Barbera had everybody wondered what everybody was smoking back in the day. No, Hanna-Barbera weren't smoking on nothing but cigarettes. Yes, they taken a premise like the Honeymooners and set them back in the Stone Age time. But as time went on, Fred Flintstone developed his own persona. You got to look at that. Fred is a little different from Ralph Crandon. Yes, they're both together, Barney and Ed Norton, Fred, Alice, and Wilma, and Betty, and
Gazoo?
No. See, that's the thing. Betty and Ed Norton's wife. I know it's on the tip of my tongue, but after a while, you see the differences. It's like, okay, you're paying homage to Jackie Gleason, but at the same time, Fred became his own entity. Okay?
The same thing happens to The Simpsons and The Family Guy.
Right. And then, see, I didn't like Family Guy because I was happy when they took it off. You already got a man that's trying to battle within himself and he knows he's a bumbling idiot. You know?
That's The Simpsons.
Yeah, he knows he's a bumbling idiot.
So
you don't need any more of the bumbling idiot. You had Married with Children, and you got that for something. It's time to develop.
So what you're saying about Thundercats and this whole new Teen Titans Go thing, we have a Scooby-Doo problem. And by what I mean a Scooby-Doo problem, you have something that's popular and you try to remake it over and over again. Scooby-Doo. Then you have Jabberjaw, then Captain Caveman, then Speed Buggy. Then you have Casper and the Flying Angels.
You're taking the same. See, there's a difference. The premise at that time, Hanna-Barbera was experimenting. If they kept Scooby for Scooby instead of using the same formula, and I see what you're saying, and that's what they're doing. You're using the same formula. Even within Fred Flintstone, when they did a division like Flintstone Kids, you wanted to see what happens to Pebbles. You wanted to see about Pebbles and Bam Bam growing up.
Flintstones Kids is when
Well, Flintstones Kids is back to Fred and them when they were children. But you saw the development of how Fred became Fred. But you got to switch it up a little bit, just a tad.
Yeah, but that's how you get the kid era, like Yo Yo Yogi, Tom and Jerry.
Right,
kids.
right.
A pup named Scooby Doo.
Right, right. This is you see, like they say, a prequel. This is a prequel to the Flintstones. This is a sequel. Pebbles and Bam Bam is the sequel to Flintstones.
Is that why you like the straight to DVD when Pebble and Bam Bam get married and have a kid?
Yes. Don't put it on. I mean, it was good for Mother's Day. I got it. It was a great Mother's Day story. That's good. That's cool. That was perfect.
So, last thoughts. No more going on. Go on.
Make your own. Make your own. Sell your own. Be creative of your own. Stop piggybacking off of old scenarios and rehashing the same stuff. Doesn't sell.
And
do, like I said, Gumball. But don't do Gumball. What I'm saying is be your own creator of your own thing.
You can take inspiration, just don't go too far.
Thank you. Don't use it. Don't use it. You take inspiration, take the premise of it, or the idea of it. You're going to do something with and pay homage to Thundercats, continue the story from the last Thundercats.
So, what's your name?
Tosha Robertson.
And you're a fan of anime and cartoons?
Yes, I am.
And you don't like the Thundercats reboot?
No, I don't.
And what do you have to say to the creator? Just in 3 words. 3 words that you say that the creator should do.
His own.
Okay. Bye. Say bye.
Bye.